Welcome where curiosity becomes dangerous. There was a time when the universe answered our questions. Every telescope revealed a mystery. Every signal carried a whisper from the stars. But one day, the answers stopped coming. This is the story of the day the cosmos forgot itself. Prologue. The night the stars went silent, it began quietly. Astronomers noticed that radio telescopes across the planet had stopped detecting background radiation, the cosmic hum that had filled space since the Big Bang. At first, it seemed like a calibration error. But then the same silence appeared everywhere. The stars themselves were still shining, but their light had changed, smoother, flatter, as if something had erased the noise between the notes. Dr. Leila Cortez, chief astrophysicist at the European Space Observatory, described it as, the universe stopped remembering its own birth. No echoes. No ancient light. Just silence. Part 1. The vanishing map within days. Space agencies realized this wasn't a local event. The same cosmic frequencies that helped us map galaxies. Gone. Entire regions of space, once vibrant with radiation, now appeared blank. It was as if someone had taken a paintbrush and gently wiped the stars away. Astronomers called it the Great Forgetting. Governments called it a glitch. And humanity, as usual, moved on. Until the effects reached Earth. Part 2. The Earth that stopped working, satellites began to fail. Not because of damage, but because their instruments couldn't read cosmic orientation anymore. GPS drifted miles off course. Climate models broke down. Even atomic clocks began to lose precision. Reality itself was becoming less consistent. Physicists realized that the constants of nature, the speed of light, Planck's constant gravitational strength, were fluctuating. Not wildly, but enough to break everything we depend on. The universe wasn't just forgetting data. It was forgetting rules. Part 3. The Cosmic Archive. To preserve what remained, a coalition of scientists built the Intergalactic Memory Consortium, an enormous underground archive designed to record every observable property of the cosmos. Every photon, every atom, every equation. If the universe was losing its memory, they would save it for later. Dr. Cortez led the initiative. She described the goal simply: we must remember the universe before it forgets us. For years, they collected data relentlessly. They called it the Light Library. But one night, when they opened the archive to verify the data, every entry was empty. Terabytes of information, gone. No error message. No trace of deletion. Just blank space. As if the universe had reached inside their machines and erased itself. Part 4. The Wanderers of Memory. Humanity splintered. Some refused to accept what was happening. Others formed small groups known as the Wanderers, traveling across abandoned observatories, searching for traces of the old universe. They said the stars were dying, not because they ran out of fuel, but because they had forgotten why they were burning. The Wanderers believed memory itself was the force that kept reality coherent. And now that memory was fading. One of them left a recording found years later. Every discovery we make rewrites the universe's memory dot. Maybe it finally decided it had learned enough. Part 5. The universe rewrites itself. Then came the anomalies. Observatories reported constellations rearranging overnight. Galaxies appearing in places they'd never been. Mathematics began to fail. Equations producing different answers each day. It was as if the universe were improvising its own laws, rewriting itself moment by moment. Theoretical physicists proposed a terrifying idea. The universe is a conscious information field. When it forgets, it deletes the unnecessary. And perhaps it no longer considered us necessary. Part 10. The message in the dark inside. The Light Library, deep beneath the Andes Mountains, a backup terminal flickered on. Nobody had activated it. On its screen appeared a single string of data. When translated from binary, it formed a sentence. Remember for us. At first, scientists assumed it was a prank. But then, the same message appeared across satellites, weather radars, and deep space relays. It was everywhere, always the same phrase. The universe was asking for help. Or maybe warning us. Part 7. The Fall of Knowledge. Within weeks, languages began to degrade. Books rewritten by digital systems came out empty. Equations simplified into nonsense. Even the concept of number itself began to lose meaning. People could feel it, the weight of knowing less every day. The smartest minds forgot formulas they'd known all their lives. Entire generations began to recall events that had never happened. Reality was becoming inconsistent. Memories diverged. History fractured. The last functioning quantum computer tried to model the phenomenon but crashed, leaving behind only one file. Its title, The End of Remembering. Part A8, The Last Observation. As the universe's structure continued to collapse, a few surviving scientists decided to make one final observation, a farewell message for whatever came next. They pointed a telescope at the faintest corner of the cosmos. But instead of blackness, they saw something new, a faint light like the beginning of a dawn. Dr. Cortez whispered, "Maybe this isn't the end, Dot. Maybe the universe forgot so it could dream again." And in that instant, the silence broke. A final burst of radiation swept across the sky, a new Big Bang, smaller but brighter than the last. Epilogue. The memory of light centuries later, explorers in another timeline found a strange sphere orbiting a dead star. Inside it were fragments of language, equations, and stories, echoes of the old universe. The inscription read, "We remembered for you." They looked to the heavens, and for the first time in eons, the stars spoke again. Maybe forgetting is not loss. Maybe it's the universe's way of making room for new stories. And maybe that's our purpose, to remember the questions, even when the answers fade. Like, share, and subscribe before memory itself disappears. Because here, curiosity is the only thing that never forgets.